Doc Rich back at it again, and next up on the surgeon's table today, we got a new patient. We got my brother Gordon Lightfoot with the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Excuse me. This is what we're going to be checking out today. But listen, we're just going to jump straight into it. So if you guys want to DM me anything else, the links to my social media accounts will be in the description box below. Let's go. Do I got the sound turned on? There we go. I was like, wait a minute, are my headphones not working? Like, what's going on? Like, what happened? Okay.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Then later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? The wind in the wires made a tattletale sound, and the wave broke over the railing. And every man knew, as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came, it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind.
Let him sweet sound.
When supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed you."
So it sounded like this ship is caught in some kind of storm going on right now. And it's a crazy storm because the cook came up and said, hey, it's a little too crazy to feed y'all right now, you know? Ship is rocking all over the place, which is, yeah, that's why I couldn't be on the ship. I can't swim, you know, so if I got dumped into the water, it's over for me. Like, I'm going to sink like a rock. Seriously, like, I can't swim at all. Like, I've taken swimming lessons when I was a kid. I've tried to teach no, it doesn't work. I just don't float, you know. Tried to lay calm and flat on the water. People are like, Rich, just lay still on the water. And I'm like, bro, I did that and I just dropped. Just dropped. Luckily enough, I was in a pool, so, you know, I wasn't gonna continually sink, but yeah. And if I was on a boat and that thing was rocking, so much so that the cook couldn't even, yeah, I'd probably have a heart attack right there and just be done with, you know. But let's get back to this music.
On deck saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed you." At 7 p.m. a main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know you." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. later that night, when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. And all that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters. Lake Huron Road.
Man, that one bit where he said, you know, the minutes turned to hours. Man, you know, where are we at? 424. Let me wind it back just a little bit. 424. Yeah, where he said, does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? You know, for me, myself, like, I put myself in that moment, you know, I try to put myself in their shoes and try to imagine, and like just the amount of fear that would be going through me in that moment, you know, where the hatch is broken, there's water coming in, me knowing that I can't swim on top of everything, you know. I'm sure most of the crew knows how to swim, you know, on a boat, but even so, I mean, you're getting dumped into frigid water in November, you know. I mean, obviously it's not the coldest ever, but November isn't exactly, you know, the warmest month in the world. You know, wind is blowing everywhere. There's freezing rain coming down. So yeah, it's actually cold as shit, because I just remembered he said there was freezing rain coming down. You know, so man. And everything's going so crazy that the minutes turn into hours.
Lake Huron rolls, Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen.
So they went into Great Lakes.
And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. The iron boats go, as the mariners all know, with the gales of November remembered. In a musty old hall in Detroit, they prayed in the Maritime Sailors' Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. And the legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early.
man. You know, you like the guy's voice, but it's just such a sad song, you know. I'm thinking, you know, it's just a boat traveling through some rough waters, you know, and they're gonna make it to the other side. And he's kind of telling the story. And then when he said the hatch broke, I was like, oh man, here we go. Here we go. And I feel like I've heard Edmund Fitzgerald. I feel like, I don't know. Maybe. Let me know in the comment. What is this is there a real ship called the Edmund Fitzgerald? I mean, I know there was an image of an Edmund Fitzgerald or a ship with Edmund Fitzgerald on the side of it. But was there a ship that actually sank, or was that made up? I feel like I've heard the name Edmund Fitzgerald before. You know? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know. It just sounds familiar, you know? But either way, you know, if it's true, you know, it's rest in peace to the lives lost in that situation. You know, 29 people. Man. And to, you know, for me, like, when I'm listening to stuff or when I'm watching something, like, I have a pretty good imagination. So, like, I have this, I don't know if you want to call it bad, but I have this habit of putting myself in other people's shoes and trying to really experience it from their perspective. And man, would that have been some really scary, terrifying last hours or minutes, you know. Obviously with the ship sinking, that would have been scary, but for me, even before that, once the wind started rocking the thing back and forth, you know, and people were like talking about that, and you had the cook come up and say, hey, sorry guys, but I can't cook you any dinner right now. It's getting a little too crazy. Like, that would have made me panic right there. That right there would have just sent me over the top, you know. Forget about the rest of it, you know, where the hatch broke and everything. Like, I would have been panicking way before then, you know. When the thing's rocking back and forth would have been the moment that I was panicking. And when the cook came up and said that, I just would have lost it, you know. Like I told you, like, especially for me, I can't swim. So, like, I'm thinking, like, you know? Man. If there was a life raft, my immediate thought would be straight to the life raft. Whoever want to come with me, come on with me. Everybody that want to stay, y'all can stay. But me and whoever want to go, we out of here. You know? Man. And I know a life raft in some crazy winds, you know, that just would have, I guarantee you that would have been my thought process. Life raft, you know? This thing's shaking like crazy. We going back and forth like, oh, no. You know? Man. And that is why I stay on solid ground, ladies and gentlemen, because I know if something were to happen like that, I would literally have a heart attack and die right there. We could make it to land safely, and I'd already be dead. It wouldn't even matter. Wouldn't even matter for me, because I'd panic so much, you know? Goodness gracious. Rest in peace to the lives lost in this tragedy, if this was a true story. Which, you know, you hope it's not, but with old school things, sometimes the stories tend to be true. But I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments section. Gordon Lightfoot, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, please leave a like before you go. Smack the subscribe button. That's right over there, as you guys already know. And of course, family, check out the video. That's right over there too. You might like it. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Doc Rich.